Hey, how are we doing, my lovelies? I hope everyone is feeling bubbly. Today we'll take a look at New Age's legendary heroes, Oddball Warrior, aka War to the Path, and he is a magnificent toy. The toy barely has any fat on it, and what I mean by that is engineering. Nothing is superfluous, and I'm a really big fan of the Hasbro Warpath, and actually most of the War for Cybertron stuff and everything after that. I'm a really big fan of, and he's right alongside here. And granted, typically New Age's stuff I consider miniature Legends masterpiece, but I will say this one slightly shy of being masterpiece because there are a couple of hollow bits that I can show you immediately. Again, really incredible toy though. The engineering is so much fun, and the toy just has so much presence and personality about him. But he does have these kind of like hollow bits over here, and you can see he kind of does it better. And granted, this is an extraneous piece; it's a parts forming bit, but yeah, if he had some type of covering over here, he would probably be perfect, and I would hold him in the masterpiece regard and give him that type of esteem. But sorry for the cutaway. The work homie needed something, and so yeah, I had to attend to that. But what was I saying? I think I was saying something to the effect of these hollow bits prevent it from being like a masterpiece or something like that. But it comes really close, and again, really enjoy this toy a lot. It does come with one accessory. It's just this, and it's kind of like a bluish effect that you just kind of plug in here. I will say it does plug in, but it's rather tight. And because New Age stuff has a lot of paint on it, I'm just afraid that this will damage the paint if I keep messing with it. And so this is probably the only look I'm going to give, the only time that I give it this look. And for what it's worth, it looks pretty cool, man. You can see the bluish over here and the little pellet thing. But yeah, I'm not going to use that anymore. But still, very nice. Again, I'm a really big fan of what they did over here, and so it really surprised me that the engineering that they provided on this guy, and you can see because of Warpath and who he is. Yes, he does kind of transform similar to other Warpaths that you have seen in the past, but he has his own kind of take on everything, and I'm going to go through that right now. So I hope I can do this without instructions. But before we do all of that, dude, dig all the detail, the little like rivets and like the bolts and stuff. Very beautiful. Lots of paint on this all over, and I haven't encountered any type of like paint scraping or flaking or anything like that, and I'm particularly happy about that. This being gray over here, I'm not sure if the cartoon's supposed to be like that or why they didn't do this in burgundy, but I'm sure they have their reasons, and typically they're pretty good reasons, and usually they're founded on like the line art or just kind of like the G1 cartoon as a whole. But anyway, yeah. And this goes up and down, and this goes in and out for the sake of transformation and stuff. And everything feels very secure, almost too secure, almost too secure there. But let's go ahead and transform him so I can show off the robot mode, which has an amazing amount of personality to it. And so I hope I do this right. We're going to start by flipping these bits out. And I have transformed it a handful of times. Oh, and the instructions, they provide some helpful... You know what, let me just lock the focus in over here. The instructions provide some helpful hints on preventing paint scrapes, and we'll go into that later. So this over here, you kind of tilt them up because what you need to do now is free up the arms. The arms are over here, but in order to get clearance, we're going to fold this up. And that's cool, man. Really nice, and just very New Age-like, so to speak. And so this entire arm piece is actually tabbed in right over there, right? And so I don't have my nails. I cut my nails recently. And so let me just kind of dig that out. There you go. You can pop this out. I'm sure you can utilize other leverage pieces to do it, but for the sake of ease, I'll just use the spudger. Then we're going to bring the arms all the way out. One thing that is not mentioned in the instructions is that these actually can be pulled apart to some extent. There's a bolt over here. You can't see it, but these bits over here, you can kind of extend them out. And I'll explain a little bit more as we get into that. And so from here, what we do is we bring... I don't know if you guys heard my phone a second ago. We're going to bring this whole section down. Dude, the legs are such a trip. So you separate them, and like, dude, they got this weird, like, and weird in a good way. They got this like buttery mechanism. So we have them separated, right? And then so we bring this down, and all this stuff starts to fold out. You see that? That's so cool, dude. It's like I'm not even trying, and it's just magically doing it in my hand, and that's rad. And then we're gonna untab the toe, and then this is gonna look like it's at a weird angle. But then what you're gonna do is you're gonna straighten this bit out, and there is a tab over here that will lock this into place. And then you're gonna spin this around, which will allow that tab on the back over there to fit in. Voila, magnifique. So really quick on the toe part, this, they do not want you to just fold down. Even though you can, you're going to scrape the paint. And so what you need to do is you need to spin this, release, and then bring back. And although I'm used to Warpath's foot looking this way, they actually have the foot like this. And then you press this tab up and it will tab inside the foot. So pretty cool. Pretty cool. And it still looks like he has his little roller skates on, except he's just not as high. And I think that's really awesome. And one more time, we have the leg over here. We bend that down. I'm going to show you from the back again. Then we bend that out. And then we bend that out again. Just genius, just ingenious transformation. And I love their engineers so much. Like, I don't know how many folks actually work on these toys, but whoever this individual or individuals are, like, you have my respect, my utmost esteem and respect. There we go, just lifting it up so there's no collision. And then we pop that in. That's nice, man. That's really, really nice. And so the arms, I would say, are probably some of the more trickier areas. And so we're going to bring down the fist over here. And then we're going to rock these down. I mean, this part is relatively easy. Oh, you know what? There is a little bit of paint scrape over here. And I think it's from this. I don't think it's from this burgundy. But, and you won't see it for the most part. But, yeah, a little bit of paint came off over there. And that's really cool. I like how the arms did that. And I hope they were on the camera. I hope they were on the screen when I did that. And then from here, we're going to lift out the head, and then this entire piece is going to lift up. I like this. I think it's really cool. If I can get my nail in there. And once this lifts up, these bits are going to fold in. I recall there's another third-party Warpath that did this same thing. I don't remember their name for the life of me, but I do recall another one doing that. I don't know if it was Bad Cube or not. I don't think it was Bad Cube. I think it was someone else. But then, yeah, you can recess this all the way in, so it's like a little snubby nose. And so this part over here, it does look tricky, but what you're going to do is these bits are tabbed in to this, right? You're going to be able to extend them, pull them out. Then you're just going to separate them from for the time being. And initially, you're going to think that, or at least I thought, the arms had to kind of go over this bit, but no, it's not. What's actually going to happen is the arm is going to turn with it. And so what I mean by that is this is going to rock down, and this is going to rock up. Oh, you know what? You can move the arms up first. Yeah, there you go. You move the arms up into the cavity right over here. And then you get the arm situated in there, and then you can move this entire bit up, and you can see that back that just like hugs that piece like lovingly. And that's pretty much it, man. You just clean them up, and yeah. So give me 1 second, I'll clean them up. I'll be right back. All right, bang, zimp, boop, pow, or whatever those sound effects he used to make. Here we have Warpath and all of his Warpathiness. And dude, he looks great. He looks great. You see very little seams. Everything's covered up. No hollow bits really around him, in the forearms or the legs or anything like that. And when you look at him in this mode, you're like, oh, he definitely feels like a mini masterpiece, despite what I kind of said about the alt mode earlier. Sorry, I was just adjusting the focus there. Really, really cool stuff. You saw how this came together. It just hugs the back. Everything is just so form-fitted. And I just really enjoy the play pattern and like the user experience, the toy enthusiast experience as you go through the transformation. It's really quite an engineering marvel. when you move the arm back over here, this has a tendency to kind of pop off. And so as long as you don't move that bit and you just kind of rotate it at the shoulder, you can get the necessary range of motion. But it does have a tendency to pop back over there, just letting you know. But again, that's not the worst thing in the world. He has really good articulation. As you can see over here, lifts up on the shoulders. The elbows have a 90. Really, really good stuff. No butterfly or anything like that. He has an ab crunch. You know what's so funny is because we in the fandom, because we've been crying out for better articulation, like I'm pretty sure this feedback got to the folks who made the War for Cybertron stuff, because they all have like ankle tilt, they got like thigh swivel, and like all the stuff that we've been asking third party to do, first party kind of did, and I'm really, really happy that they did so. And yeah, all the third party stuff these days, they have all the things that we've been kind of griping about, you know. His head is on a ball joint and it will articulate as necessary. The waist, oh, you know what? I didn't know the waist has a swivel, but it does. Wow, awesome, man. And the legs pretty much can do the full Van Damme, the full Monty, shout out to Bobby Skullface, and he can do the forward and backward. But he doesn't have a double knee, but that's fine, man. That's fine. And so lots of great articulation, like packed into this little bugger. Really like this guy a lot, man. And just beautiful, beautiful engineering, beautiful paint, beautiful deco. And this is another one of the reasons why I'm such a big New Age fan. Even though I kind of had that mishap with the blaster toy. But hey, wait a minute. Oh, okay, never mind. I was like, why is it doing that? I'm like, because that's the alt mode, dummy. And so we just have this back over here. But anyway, yeah, again, another home run from the folks at New Age Legendary Heroes. And this is Oddball. And if you like, you can pick him up at tfsafari.com. Check them out. Great place to shop, and utilize the codes at the top corner of your screen and save yourself some change, okay? BBO over and out. More New Age to come, more Masterpiece stuff, and everything else. Again, just really grateful towards my sponsor for sending me these gifts. And so, yeah, I'll give them away soon to y'all as well. Well, not this one. This goes out to a friend. But anyway, stick around for the 100K giveaway. We're going to be doing that soon, okay? Thank you all for being here. Bye, 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 bye.